All right, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so grateful to be here with you guys. This is our AQE expansion class. So this is our ACASMA Quantum Energy bonus class we're doing. We have 2 of these a month, and we're going to finish them out this year, and then we're going to go to live courses again next year as well. So we'll probably just be pulling anybody who wants to come to those can come to those, and we'll do it that way. But you'll get more information on that. So if you're new to the AQE course, you're coming into this space, this is a bonus class. This is not really, technically what you need for your certification. So in the portal itself, you'll see week 1, week 2, week 3. Those are your core classes. So keep that in mind. It's a big portal. I know. If you have any questions at all, just let me know, and I'm here to answer them for you. So AQE class, expansion class today, we're going to be talking about bridge to a higher flow and allowing that flow. So this is a great topic. This is an important topic that you could take beyond ACASMA Quantum Energy. You could, for people just in general, everyday life could even think about this topic. But it is what I believe would be very beneficial to allow ourselves to see in whether you're doing this course for self-expansion, your own inner work, and or you want to facilitate, we have some people who are returning here that already are facilitating ACASMA for themselves and for others. This is a really important thing to think about and to understand. So bridge to a higher flow is the core of ACASMA. So when somebody says, what is ACASMA Quantum Energy? I always say it's a higher dimensional space of connection here to assist humanity, a higher vibrational space of connection, because that's what it is. So anytime you allow yourself to utilize, connect in with ACASMA consciousness, ACASMA flow, and we teach in the course that you put your hands facing one another 6 to 8 inches apart. You allow yourself a breath. I can already feel the energy rising. Yes, as I just do that. You allow yourself a breath. You can do it now if you choose to, just feeling, sensing the space with me as we're talking. Just feeling, sensing, allowing the understanding ACASMA flow. You can whisper it, speak it, think it. You can be doing this on your lap under a table in a restaurant. I've done it many times for children in need or people in need. Doesn't have to be showy where everybody sees it. Doesn't matter. I do it on the couch when I'm watching TV. I do it in bed before I go to sleep at night. ACASMA flow. When you do that, in that very moment, you are bridging yourself in to a higher vibrational field that is right here in connection with the field you are in your physical. So we in our mind, and it's all right, we're going to allow and just utilize this best we can. We in our mind, we tend to think of higher vibrational fields, higher dimensions as somewhere far off away from us, or like expanded out from us, right? And we're in this dimension, we're in this vibration, and then way over there is 5th dimension, or way over there, way up above, however you want to think about it. And I'm just saying that there's this understanding we can allow, we can give space to, that it's right here. It's right here. It's just a different vibration, a different frequency. So what we register, what we see, what we feel, what we experience is most of the time, I have to say that now, we register, see, feel, sense the space we are, right? Physical world, right? You with me? But because we're understanding ourselves as consciousness in physical form, we're being able to start utilizing the connection of our consciousness with these other vibratory states, other vibratory fields, other vibratory places of existence. And when you say ACASMA flow, you are actually creating a portal with your hands, and in the center of that energy is this connection point. It's, if you wanted to, you could think of it like you pick up a telephone in order to make a call to connect with somebody else to talk to them, right? You pick up your hands, you intend and say Acasma flow, you activate the portal where you're going to communicate, connect with your client or yourself, or on all the levels of availability that I've just mentioned. They're all right here. They're all right here. Closing the eyes sometimes helps the physical, because when you close the physical eyes, you take away the physical space of representation from being such a focus point, and you open up your imagination and your inner visual to pick up on the spaces you are connecting with. So you are a bridge to the higher flow. And you are being asked to allow that flow as an Acasma Quantum Energy facilitator. Why do you have to be asked to allow it? Because you've been trained not to. I've been trained, you've been trained, we've been trained not to allow the higher flow, but to be stuck in the pattern of what do you see with your physical eyes? That's all there is. Think about that one for one moment, please. So opening up this understanding, because a lot of people say, I feel like I should feel more. I feel like I should see more. Give yourself a little time. You've lived your whole life being told there is no more. Get an amen from the back corner. High five from the front row. So this is a very powerful understanding, because as you navigate Acasma Quantum Energy and being a facilitator, your own self-expansion, you're allowing yourself, you're allowing your mind, you're allowing your heart, you're allowing your imagination, you're allowing your inner knowing to be open to this understanding of you, that you are this vastness, and that you have this ability to travel, to connect, to see, to feel, to sense, to experience all these flow states, dimensions, realities. Now, that's a core part of what I want to share with you today, is that we are this bridge to this higher flow. But you could work with yourself, your own thoughts, self sessions, or you could be working with a client, a family member, or a friend, and they may have spaces they're having a hard time letting go of. They may have spaces that they're having a hard time trusting they have the ability to move out of. We all understand this, right? Everybody understands having a space of yourself that you want to know, why do I feel that way? Why do I think that? Why do I keep doing that? Why do I keep seeing this, right? And that's normal. But there's another space that we can bring in that's also normal, that's also just as available as having to understand the why or having to understand the what. There's another space that says you can allow yourself to know that they're all just waves of energy, and that you had just been tapping into some specific space of that specific wave, of that specific energy for so long that it has become a resonance in your frequency or your vibration. It's become a space of your vibration, and now you're leaving that space, but it's still an echo of flow. And having to understand it, this is going to be the PowerPoint sentence of the day, people. Having to understand it more than just being aware of it and saying, it's not my vibe. I don't like that alignment. I don't need that alignment. I know that I'm not that alignment. Having to understand it more keeps it in power. Having to understand it more keeps it in power. It gives it more of your focus as you question it, as you feel the need to get in it, relive it, talk about it. There's this balance point that we're all seeking. And Acasma is a fantastic means of balance, of peace. Yes, this balance point is coming into humanity, for humanity to live from its understanding of itself with awareness and observation and neutrality and love, releasing judgment, releasing fear for the sake of releasing. I'm going to call that one the mic drop. For the sake of releasing. How powerful. Not having to heal it, clear it, transmute it, whatever, alchemize it for any other reason, but just because you can and you're ready to allow the next space of you. You're ready to be your higher flow. You're ready to trust your higher flow. You're ready to know there is another space of you ready to flow. That can be the only reason, that can be the main reason, that can be the whole thing. When does this come into play? Well, as an AQE facilitator for yourself or for another, you have a space where a client or you have difficulty letting go of a way of being. Why? Well, there's so many reasons why people have difficulty letting go of a way of being. Sometimes people have difficulty letting go of a way of being because it's the only way they've ever been. And there's all these habits that have been formed, and there's all these phrases that have been said, and thoughts that have been thought, and feelings that have been felt, that the body and the being are used to thinking and feeling and speaking and all this. So you have this muscle memory coming into play. But you also have this balance available. Acasma Quantum Energy is us in the future talking to us in the future assisting us in the future reaching out to us. That's what this is. That we've hit that point of our being, of our existence, where we have this ability that is being able to be registered by us, witnessed by us, received by us, and allowed. Yes, and allowed. It can also be ignored. That's an option. I was talking to a master teacher the other day in a one-on-one call, and they're doing very well. They have a very good, abundant Acasma outreach, and they teach their students, and they create facilitators, and they love their Acasma business. And they said to me, how do you handle when you have a student who you know they're there, they're ready, they're able, but they don't trust themselves like you see them. They don't see themselves, and they back away, and maybe they even leave. How do you handle that? I was asked. Coming from that bridge of higher flow means I'm coming from neutrality, means I'm looking at them through the eyes of that love. And I allow, I trust. I don't get in my head about it. I stay in my heart about it. I lay things at people's feet. I can't make anybody pick them up. I used 2 words to describe how I view and feel and understand people like that, students like that get so far in and then they have to back out because they're uncomfortable with what they're bringing themselves. They're uncomfortable with what they're pushing through or working through or acknowledging. And so they back out and they have to step back. I have 2 words that I use in my being, and I think they're really good words. I think they are a nice way to do it, a nice way to look at it. And I'll give them to you in case you're teaching or moving into that space where you may want to learn to teach. I have my master class today as well, master teachers, to create facilitators. And if you're just in the facilitator space, right? and you're dealing with clients that pull back, you're dealing with a client or a family member, or even yourself. You're doing self sessions and you find yourself pulling back and saying, wait, I'm uncomfortable. This doesn't feel like I wanted it to feel. What 2 words do I say that you could say if you choose to as well? Not yet. Not yet. That's okay. Can you feel that with me? Can you feel the vibration of not yet? The door is still open with not yet, isn't it? It just means there's patience and compassion. There's love and there's nurture. There's no judgment. There's no attachment. There's just the understanding. Not yet. So as you work with your clients, yourself, as you navigate being in ACASMA Quantum Energy, and you allow yourself these understandings, yes, you allow yourself these spaces of knowing, you're allowing yourself to also have the not yet available to you to bring in balance if there's a space that is not fully gone or healed or transmuted or shifted, that has an echo playing out. It's just not yet. But it doesn't mean there's anything wrong. It's just an incremental space of the journey, reflecting back in a certain manner to allow the message to be heard, to allow the wisdom to be gained. You can, if you want, get into the space and pick it apart. I could, if I want, be like, why? Why did they leave? What did I say wrong? What did I do wrong? What did I not give? What did I give too much of? Whatever you want to say. I could do that. But what does that do if I do that? It expands the not yet to be not yet longer, because I'm feeding that space my focus, because I'm getting into that vibrational line of flow instead of just allowing it to be a flow that's happening as I continue to be my flow in my way. If I get in it and try to figure it out too much, now I have made me part of it and it part of me. Energetically, I've woven and interconnected myself with that flow. So I'm going to start experiencing everything in my life in alignment with not yet. I don't need to. I allow, I trust, and I know that I come from the higher vibrational space of connection. I know that I am the higher vibrational space of connection. And I'm having a now point. And was there a time where I got into the vibratory line that was reflecting back and I allowed myself to get into it and try to figure it out and dig? Absolutely, there was a time where I did that. And I found that you extend it. Whatever you engage, engages you. Whatever your client engages them. So be mindful of what you engage. Is it worthy of your beautiful divine essence? Is it worthy of your power? Is it worthy of your energy? Be mindful of what you engage. And having to understand something that you're ready to release. Yes! Expands the space so that the release is delayed. There's nothing wrong with understanding it. You can understand it all day long if you want, but I'm just saying there's an option that says you can let it go just because you're ready to let it go. Period. You can choose a different alignment just because you're ready for a different alignment. Period. Many alignments clients have, AQE facilitators will find this. Many alignments that your clients have are not even theirs. They're their parents or they're societal. They're coming from a belief structure that was given to them. They never came to that belief on their own. So another really powerful reason why we could be open to release for just the pure ability of release, that we can release, that we can let things go, that we don't have to get all up in the thing. We don't have to draw it out. It's an option, but there are other options as well. And so as you are in Acasma Quantum Energy, and as you are facilitating as an Acasma Quantum Energy facilitator, those of you who are already in that alignment, some of you may be in the very few first weeks of the course, you're learning how to do self work, right? You're allowing a space for the self, very important. But those who are facilitating, keep in mind the client's journey is their journey, and it's not your responsibility. Your responsibility is your space. Your responsibility is your energy. Your responsibility is the bridge of higher consciousness. Your responsibility is the bridge of that higher vibrational space of connection. That's your responsibility. If you are claiming yourself as an Acasma Quantum Energy facilitator and you are holding a session for another person, that's your responsibility. Be the bridge. It's their responsibility to cross it. As an Acasma Quantum Energy facilitator, you see them on the other side of the bridge. Before you even move through the session space, your intent and your understanding of them is whole. We say in the book, we say in the PDF, we always look for what is right. We don't come in looking for tears in the auric field or centers that are off balance or what's diseased in the body. Will we have those understandings come forth in a session? We could. But do we go in looking for them? No. We go in looking for that the individual as the sovereign being that they are, that is having a human experiential space of themselves. We go in and look for their divine. We go in and amplify their divine by looking at it, by engaging their divine. We're not engaging their problems, we're engaging their divinity. Why? Because what we just got done talking about, whatever we engage engages us. We want to have that divine within them activate. We reconnect that I am, Sacred Heart reconnection. We reconnect those soul spaces that are ready to come back into alignment. We reconnect the root lines so they can anchor all of this. That is why we look for what is right. Also, you see from the space that you are. And as an Acasma Quantum Energy facilitator, you're coming in and looking at the space from the understanding of yourself as the bridge. You're coming in and looking at the client or your self session from the understanding of yourself as the higher vibrational space of connection here to assist. So if you're coming in as the higher vibrational space of connection here to assist, what kind of vantage point do you think you have? What floor of the building do you think you're on? I think you're on the roof. And I think that when you look into the session space, self or for other, you are able then to see their divinity. You are able then to engage their divinity. You are able then to activate and amplify the I am within them. That's what we do with the Acasma Quantum Energy. And then what happens is that energetic shift in their body, in their being, in the space of connection that found you, that you're working with, your now version, their now version, that space is then able to, yes, connect in and allow the flow of that higher vibrational space of themselves into their now. That's wholeness. We say, go into your wholeness, connect with your wholeness, live from your wholeness. That's wholeness. It's the eternal soul within the form. It's the now version that looks in the mirror and brushes their teeth, remembering it is eternal. It is a space of the divine having a now. That's why a lot of people say Acasma Quantum Energy becomes a way of life, Acasma consciousness. We really are in this work our higher selves communicating with our now format. We are not separated out. It is not like on another planet in a land far, far away, there's this being that's my higher self looking down on me, watching over me and guiding me. That's not how I see it. There is a vibrational frequency of my being. In the next 10 minutes, it's here. That the vibration of me in 10 minutes from now is here. And time is really a limited way to do this, but we're doing it because the mind likes it. So let's just allow. A year from now, me, Andrea, the format that my consciousness is utilizing to expand itself. A year from now, that space of me is here now. That vibratory field of me, of my consciousness is here now. When I start speaking and my voice changes, many of you see this in the grid a lot when I do the grid or the portals, the sacred expansion portals. I am connecting in with the field of energy of my being at different increments of my being. Some people call it channeling. Channeling is an accurate word, but it can also give us the space of thought that where it's not us. That's just because of how we've looked at channeling for a long time. I like to use the word channeling / speaking, because I am speaking. I know what I'm saying. I can hear it and feel it and pick up on it. I do believe there is another space of humanity with the understanding of channeling and beings beyond what you understand yourself to be. I'm not talking about that. You have the ability to speak your higher mind now. You have the ability to hear your higher mind now. Class is going a little bit in another direction, but it's connected with the understanding of the higher vibrational space of connection that we are, that Acasma consciousness and Acasma quantum energy helps us remember we are, reconnects us into the space that we are, activates that space that we are, and assists us as we expand into that space, live from that space, and be that space, beyond even just facilitating an Acasma session, but how you talk to your love, how you talk to your children, how you talk to your neighbor, how you talk to a stranger, how you talk to yourself. Yes. We are, yes, being more and more of our consciousness. Yes, in our now form, we are being more and more of our consciousness in our now form. And the work we do in Acasma Quantum Energy helps people be those spaces of themselves. Helps them remember it, helps them be it, helps them lean into it, helps them allow it, helps them trust it. So allow you, trust you, be you, and keep in mind in your imagination, in your inner thought, your heart, your mind, you can sense it, you can feel it, you can envision it. Keep in mind and in heart how vast you are. In whatever space of you are being you, however you are navigating, whatever you are navigating, keep going back to that visual or that imagination or that sensation or whatever it is, all of the above, how vast you are. Why? Because that is going to empower you to allow the vastness of you to navigate with you, as you, through you. And that's what Acasma consciousness is all about. So you are the bridge of higher connection, and your beautiful divine Acasma flow allows that bridge to be activated, allows that portal to be opened. Yes, allows the connectivity of the energy, of the vastness of you, of your higher mind, your higher self, whatever words you want to use, all of the above. And this is so beyond those words, but it allows us to connect. It allows us to process through the heart, through the mind, through the field, us. And then, yes, calibrate our beings to then be able to live as these spaces of us. All right. Okay. So thank you so much for being in this space with me. Thank you for your connection in whatever way you find this space, video, live, in the space it was created and or years later. It doesn't matter. Everybody is finding their way to themselves in the most beautiful and divine and perfect ways. So simply allow. Thank you for the feedback in the chat. Thank you, Lily. I love that you love my jokes. Thank you, Sonal. Powerful class, Acasma Flow. Thank you so much. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the love. All right. So yes, Sonal, your video, I think, is coming out right now on YouTube. So thank you so much for those divine gifts. You blessed me beyond wonder. I couldn't believe it. Received a package from India from Sonal, and I made a video about it. Chantil, she was here for class. She just left, but I just did a video on YouTube from her as well. I've been so blessed. I'm so grateful. Thank you all for the love. So much love. I love my life. But what do I talk about all the time? We're surrounded by love, right? What do I say all the time? Trust yourself. Allow. You are safe. You are loved. The reflection will become more and more and more apparent of that. If that is your belief, that reflection will become more and more apparent in your life. All right, Holy Ones. I love you, Holly. Thank you, Holy One. All right, I'm moving now to the next class. Anybody coming into the sound healing class, I'll be look forward to seeing you there, Holy Ones. Blessings on all. Somebody email me. Share your thoughts. Bye-bye.